Hello and welcome back, my beautiful collective. Today we're going to go ahead and get into a timeless energy message about what it is that you need to know at this very moment, what the spirit need you to be aware about, okay? So Spirit of the highest good, thank you for giving us this moment. And please, I offer protection over myself and over the viewer. And thank you so much for you, the audience, of being here. All right, so what you need to know right now, we have here the Queen of Pentacles as the main situation. Ooh, block is the Two of Cups. Four of Cups in the past position. Nine of Cups in the near future. And then you have the Seven of Wands. And that is showing up as the outcome. So what you need to know right now, when I see the Queen of Pentacles, I see someone that's extremely independent. Maybe you have felt alone. Maybe you feel like you're the one who constantly has to carry the burden by yourself. And it seems like you're good at it, right? Queen of Pentacles. This is about knowing how to use your resources and just knowing how to cultivate and make ends meet, right? That is your energy. But then what we have here is the Two of Cups. And this is actually posing as the issue for the reading, right? Two of Cups, as you can see here, is when two people are supposed to see each other, when there's harmony, when there's balance. But right now, that's actually blocking you, meaning that some of you guys are feeling overextended. You're not receiving what you deserve. You might feel like you're doing more than what you should. And someone's not carrying the burden with you, okay? In the past, there's this Four of Cups. I feel like some of you guys feel fatigue in a way that this has been something that has been happening, and maybe some of you guys feel like it just simply doesn't change, right? Maybe it's just like you're just not even expecting for it to change, right? But Spirit wants you to understand Nine of Cups here in the near future. And the Nine of Cups is a double-edged sword here. Nine of Cups is this comfort zone that we create for ourselves. But the Nine of Cups is also this level of receiving something that we think cannot happen. So essentially like a wish fulfillment. So the most important thing with this Nine of Cups is that you got to believe and truly desire something different for yourself, right? And the Nine of Cups is the assurance that it will come your way. However, with the outcome being here, the Seven of Wands, it won't come your way unless you make and pave your own way, meaning establishing boundaries, being able to believe in yourself to the point that you say, no more, this doesn't work for me anymore. So, powerful message. I feel like whoever resonates with this reading is someone that, again, feels exhausted. And we're going to go ahead and clarify why this Two of Cups is actually the blockage here. So let's go ahead and begin, my loves. Why is the Two of Cups the blockage here? The Sun. Meaning that you have the ability to look at this from a different perspective. And also the Sun can symbolize that you're somebody that just shines so bright. And people know that about you. Like you have this aura to you that people just feel like you know exactly what to do in a difficult situation. Okay. And we have here the Devil. Yeah. This is the overusage, the bondage, the restriction, the leech energy, vampire energy. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with a Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, but this is just Capricornian energy. And also Saturn energy. So this could be that there's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of restriction. There's a lot of you being expected to show up in a certain way, right? So, and it's because you are seen as someone that can handle it, right? And then we have the Six of Cups. And this is the matters of the past. This is essentially the card of, you know, ongoing things from people from the past. This is about nostalgia, maybe dreaming or having wishful thinking about matters of the past. Maybe you feel like you missed something, right? But this can also mean that this is someone close to you that is essentially taking advantage of your generosity. So, let's keep going, you guys. Tell me about this Nine of Cups in the near future. Nine of Cups, you have here the Temperance. So this is the ask of balance, you guys, okay? So you need to balance something out. And the most important thing with the Temperance is that we want to make sure that we're pouring into our own cup before we start pouring into other people's cups, okay? This is about alignment. This is about really respecting the mind, body, and spirit connection, right? So you got to make sure that you're giving yourself that priority, that you're not just pouring into other people's gardens without pouring into your own, okay? And we have the Emperor. Wow. What a card to show up. So the Emperor, what does this tell me? It tells me that at some point, you have to understand that the power is within you, okay? The Emperor shows up when something needs immediate attention. And it seems like some of you guys really have to handle this. You have to take care of this. Because there is a level of comfort zone that if you don't break it, then the wish fulfillment won't come. It would just still put you in the position where you're kind of in the same cycle, right? So very important for you. And also it goes along the lines with the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is talking about how you need to pave your own way, create your own way. That's the most important thing with this reading, okay? Now, what I want to go ahead and get into it is your energy right now. So you're coming across as the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about that, Spirit. Also, for some of you guys, I feel like if this is financial, it's like you can make it work because you, again, can make ends meet. But it doesn't really feel abundant because you're just constantly having to, you know, kind of put fires out. Some of you guys have to problem solve quite a bit. And it could involve finances. Queen of Pentacles. Two of Swords. The Crossroads. What's interesting about the Two of Swords is that this person has to quiet the opinions of others. That's why they're blinded. They're blindfolded. And you have to use your intuition and combine it with your intellect, right? So there's certain things that just plainly don't make sense. But there's also this inner knowing that is asking for you to tap in. The Two of Swords is where you're at a crossroads where you know that there is a decision that needs to be made, okay? And it could feel like maybe you're not ready to make this decision. But what Spirit is saying is that you're showing up like the Queen of Pentacles, which means that, again, you can make ends meet. You can figure it out. You have what it takes. Trust in your ability to cultivate. Trust in your ability to bring in what it is that you require or what it is that you need. That's for the Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. So lots of swords in the reading. We have here the Ace of Swords, which shows that this is no going back, right? So this is not something that you can kind of unsee. So if you're feeling overstretched, if you're feeling like someone is taking advantage of you, if someone's not giving you your rightful, recognition, this is something that you can't unsee. The Ace of Swords is a harsh truth, but it's the reality that needs to be shed to the light. And sometimes, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I even feel like the energy of the Nine of Cups, like I said, is a double-edged sword because it's like you were recognizing something. We're getting to the truth of something, whether that is the comfort zone or just simply getting clarity on an issue. And what this is saying is there is no returning. There is no going back. Okay. So I love that your energy is the Queen of Pentacles because I see you grounded. And if you don't feel grounded, what Spirit is asking you is to ground, to really sit with yourself and to really understand that this is not happening to you, it's actually happening for you. Okay. I want to go ahead and get into a little bit on this outcome, which is the Seven of Wands. Okay. So we have the Four of Swords showing up. Okay. Let me straighten out my cards and we will continue with the reading. So the Four of Swords is coming out with this Seven of Wands, okay? And what I really like about this is that there is a level of relief, okay? The Four of Swords is this energy of resting, restoration, regeneration, right? So even though there is high action that needs to be taken, right? Because we just saw this Emperor. We saw the Temperance. We saw the Seven of Wands. These are all cards, even the Two of Swords. They indicate that there is an action that needs to be taken, right? And with that being said, the Four of Swords, even though there is a lot of action that needs to happen from your end in order to kind of get rid of this dynamic with an individual in your life or a situation in your life, the Four of Swords shows basically like a release of a burden. It shows that there is now this energy of being able to restore yourself, being able to regenerate yourself. And what's really interesting about that is that this is when you can finally put your swords down. So that way you're able to fully integrate yourself into the energy that you want to emanate, right? Which is that Queen of Pentacles. And what I like about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's also very much behind the scenes. So it's really important for you to kind of understand that privacy right now is probably one of your best strategies. Even with the Two of Swords showing up there, I get that you need to, again, quiet the opinions of other people. I don't feel like this is the right time to vent. I feel like this is the best time for you to be in prayer, for you to surrender to the spirit of the highest good, and for you to be able to say, I need to reach out to my higher self to get guidance on this. Because if it involves another person, which for some of you guys, or maybe for all of you guys, it might, right? With the Two of Cups, if it involves another person, then we don't want to go and gossip about this other person or vent about this other person to someone else. Because 9 times out of 10, it creates this negative energy. And on top of that, it could be that these people know each other. So you never fully know if you can trust an individual or not to say certain things and for them not to repeat it. Okay. So with that being said, it's really important for you to, again, reach to your inner self, to your, guides, to the spirit of the highest good, to be in prayer and to practice grounding practices, because that's the way that you're showing up. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a final message. Queen of Wands. Oh, look, 2 of them want to come out. Queen of Wands and the Hanged One, which is talking about having things from a different perspective, like seeing things from a different perspective. And also the Queen of Wands, it indicates a favorable outcome to you, but it also indicates this energy of confidence and of people seeing how beautiful, radiant, and how graceful and generous you are. And I saw that energy with the Sun card coming up when we did the clarification on your blockage. I feel like you're someone that doesn't have ill intent. Like you're really just minding your business and being the best version of yourself. But people, you know what I mean? They gravitate to things like that, especially when they lack that for themselves. So with that being said, do your due diligence. Be very careful and strategic about this. Reach out to your higher self and ground yourself, okay? And you'll see how the dynamics will shift in this situation, okay? So with that being said, please let me know if this reading resonated with you in any kind of way. And if it did, drop me a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you do want to support my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.